The Ford F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle in America for quite a long time. The latest generation of Ford's bestseller was introduced just last year and boasted revolutionary changes to the pickup class by being the first truck with an all-aluminum body and having a remote tailgate too. To keep the F-150 sales on the rise, Ford has implemented some minor yet impactful changes for 2016. This includes Ford's new Sync 3 infotainment system, a Pro Trailer backup assist system, and a new top-of-the-line model called the Limited, which adds special badging and unique interior and exterior styling details. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2016 Ford F-150 Super Crew. Now, one main reason why the F-150 sells such in high numbers is that there's many trim levels, many different body configurations, and many different engines you can choose from. Now, ours we have here is the XLT Super Crew. It's probably the most popular model for the F-150. Ours has the Equipment Group 302A package, which comes with a nice handful of amenities, such as a rear view camera, Ford's Sync 3 system, and then also we have the XLT Chrome Appearance package, which gives you 18-inch chrome wheels. Now, as far as the styling on the F-150 goes, it's very bold and in your face, very traditional American truck-like with the big prominent chrome front grille. And then you also do have these pretty bulky looking headlights. LED headlights are also optional too, which is nice. Now here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. You have your remote keyless entry, your lock, unlock, and then you have your remote engine start, and then your panic button too, and then we have a switchblade key, which is nice. Now this color is known as the Oxford White. It's also one of the most popular selling colors for the F-150. You also do have a little keyless entry pad on the side right here, which Ford is still using after nearly 3 decades. And you do have chrome exterior door handles and your running boards. Of course, you have your power driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar, and you will find full bench seating. Bucket seats are also optional, and a full gray cloth interior. Now, these running boards do help quite a lot when getting in and out of the F-150, since the step-in height is fairly high for the vehicle. And then when you step on inside of the vehicle, the cabin is very spacious and roomy for the family. And then the cabin design is fairly stylish. It's very straightforward, kind of utilitarian, but on higher end trim levels it can get very luxurious with leather padding and stitching and all that good stuff. But it's a pretty nice cabin overall. Push button ignition is available on higher end trims. And what you're hearing there is a big old traditional 5-liter V8 engine. Now the F-150 comes with a 6-speed automatic transmission with a tow mode, and it's column mounted too, which is kind of old school. Some people like that, however. When you put the vehicle into reverse, it displays your rear view camera with guidance lines, and then you also do have trajectory too, and rear parking sensors, as you can see right here. There's also different angles of the rear view camera that you could change, which is nice. Like I said, the rear view camera is optional on the F-150. You have to go for the Equipment Group 302A package. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors, and you also do have a little blind spot mirror right here. LED turn signal indicators are also integrated onto the mirrors. Blind spot detection is also available too. Now with this generation F-150, their main goal in mind when they redesigned it for this generation was to make it much more lighter and efficient. And they did that with the all-aluminum body and their Ecoboost powertrains too. You have halogen headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED headlights are optional with LED turn signals. And you also do have your halogen fog lights. Now powering the F-150 here is a big old traditional 5-liter V8 engine that produces 385 horsepower at 5,750 RPM and 387 pound-feet of torque at 3,850 RPM, with EPA estimates being 15 in the city and 21 on the highway. It does run on regular unleaded fuel, and there's also 3 other powertrains available. There's a 2.7-liter Ecoboost V6, a 3.5-liter V6, and then a 3.5-liter Ecoboost V6, which is the most powerful powertrain. Overall, this 5-liter V8 engine does provide a decent amount of power. However, the fuel efficiency isn't all that great. If you're looking for better fuel efficiency numbers, then I would go for the 3.5-liter Ecoboost V6 or the 2.7-liter Ecoboost V6. They provide V8 engine power with the fuel economy of a V6, which is nice. Now, competitors of the F-150, you have the vehicles in the half-ton pickup truck class. This includes the likes of the Ram 1500, the GM twins, which are the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra. Then you have the Japanese trucks, which are the Toyota Tundra, and then the new Nissan Titan 2. Now, it may surprise you that the top 3 best-selling vehicles in America are actually half-ton pickups. The Ford F-150 is number 1, then the Chevrolet Silverado, and then you have the Ram 1500, which comes in 3rd. Pricing of the F-150 starts at around $26,000 and can easily move all the way up to the late high 60s, or you can go up into the early 70s too. Pretty good looking 18-inch chrome wheels. Total vehicle price is $47,965. Like I said, EPA estimates, you're looking at 15 in the city and 21 on the highway. LED taillights are optional. Rear parking sensors. Our F-150 also has the FX4 off-road package, which comes with skid plates. Of course, you have all of your basic power necessities: power windows, power mirrors, power door locks are also located right here. Let's go ahead and rev it up. Very nice. You gotta love the sound of a traditional grumbling V8 engine. Now, build quality and materials are pretty average in the class inside of the F-150 here. On higher end trim levels, things significantly change with soft touch materials everywhere inside of the vehicle. However, ours has a lot of hard touch plastic. Up here on the upper door panel, it's hard touch. On the armrest, it's nice and soft touch at least. Up here on the dashboard, it's a hard touch plastic, and the graining is okay. However, if you ask a lot of customers that do buy trucks, they don't want a lot of soft touch materials inside of their trucks. You know, trucks are supposed to be very utilitarian, practical kind of vehicles. They're not supposed to be luxury vehicles. But if you do want a luxury truck, then you go for the platinum or the limited trims for the F-150, which adds soft touch materials everywhere. Build quality is okay inside of the F-150. Not many panel gaps inside of here. Now the interior trim pieces creak a whole lot. Build quality is pretty good. Overall, build quality and materials are okay inside of the F-150, but they can get nicer if you do go for the higher end trim levels for the F-150. So depends on what trim you get for the vehicle. Coming to the steering wheel design, the steering wheel is pretty good looking. It's kind of button happy. There's a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, but it's pretty functional. We do have your cruise control. Adaptive cruise control is also optional. These controls right here control your little information center, which I'll get to in just a second. You have your steering wheel mounted audio controls right here, Bluetooth phone controls, and your voice recognition as well. Up here we have your auto dimming rearview mirror, and then you have your map lights, sunglass container too, and then we have your sliding rear window. It's pretty cool. Love this feature here. Now right here you also find two USB ports, a 12 volt power outlet, and a little storage cubby too. What's also pretty neat is that right here you also have a little storage cubby, and then you have dual cup holders too when you lift this part up. And then when you get the bucket seats in the F-150, this part gets replaced by a full-on center console. And then on the back of this you also have cup holders and a little storage space too when you put this down, or you can use this as a passenger seat. Pretty cool. Right here we also do have a 12 volt power outlet and a 110 volt power outlet too. And then right here you also find your trailer brake controller. And then over here we have your power adjustable pedals. It's a unique thing that Ford and Lincolns have. Now coming to the controls up here, we have your presets, and then in the center right here we have your media button, which changes the different media source, which is pretty nice, as you can see right here. And then you also do have your volume knob over here, and then your tune knob. Big knobs for these controls here, very clear and easy to read, and pretty user friendly, very ergonomically correct. Over here we have your optical disc drive with your CD player as well. Now let's get to one of the biggest changes for the 2016 model year for the F-150. It's the new Ford Sync 3 system, one of the best infotainment systems in the business. It's very user friendly, it's very responsive. This is your home screen right here. This shows you what radio station is playing and then what song is playing, and then you can hook up your Bluetooth device, and then you have your integrated compass right there. And then you have your digital clock up here, and then you have your Wi-Fi hotspot. Coming to your different audio sources, this includes all of the norm: AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, your CD player with your optical disc drive, your Bluetooth streaming audio, USB port with iPod integration, and your auxiliary input. But as you can see, the responsiveness of this touchscreen is just really fast. It's lightning quick. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone from here, have all of your contacts stored on here, of course. You can also download apps such as Pandora and all that good stuff. And then what's pretty cool is that the Sync 3 system works like a tablet, which is pretty cool. And it just feels very natural. And then you have your sound settings right here that you could change. There's many different settings that you can change on the Sync 3 system. This system is much better than the My 4 Touch. And then you have your clock. You could change your clock format, or if you want it in AM or PM. Mobile apps, you could turn that on or off if you would like. Then you have your radio settings, radio text if you want that on or off. General from the language, distance, temperature, touchscreen beep if you want that on or off. Love how you could just swipe like this. Then you have your 911 roadside assistance. And then you have your voice control. Let's go ahead and test out the voice recognition, by the way.
Please say a command.
Tune to Sirius channel 47.
Tuning to channel 47.
It's pretty good at picking up your voice. Then you have your Wi-Fi hotspot settings. You can change the networks. You have your display settings right here too. You can change the brightness if you want it on auto dim or on or off, or you could change the different modes too. And then you also do have a valet mode. Overall, this is a lot better than the old My 4 Touch system. It's much more responsive, much more user-friendly, and it's just a better system overall. And then you have your four-wheel drive, and it shows you up on here if a shift is in progress. Now as far as visibility goes in the F-150, visibility is pretty good. Lots of glass area all around, and I love that little sliding rear window feature, which helps visibility a little bit too. And as far as the seats go, the seats are a little bit firm. They're a little bit more supportive and more comfortable when you get the leather seats and the bucket seats, but they're not too shabby. They're just a little firm. They can be a little bit more supportive. Now coming to the gauges, we have full instrumentation for the gauges. And then also we have a very traditional looking setup here. We have your tachometer on the left and then your speedometer on the right. And then up there it shows you your fuel gauge and coolant temperature and all that good stuff. Coming in the center right here, it's controlled by these buttons on the steering wheel. It shows you various amounts of vehicle information, like the engine information. Gives you your oil life percentage, engine hours, engine idle hours. You can reset it if you would like to, which is pretty cool. Then you have your digital speedometer, tire pressure monitoring, transmission temperature, distance till empty, your my key status. Then you have your trip and fuel information for each trip, and then you have an integrated compass, fuel history, fuel economy data. Then we have your towing, you have your trailer status, shows you if you have an active trailer. Then your trailer options with your trailer sway control. You can select your trailer if you would like. And then it shows you your connection checklist too. Then you have your off-road. Shows you your power distribution. And then your off-road status too. Settings that you could change, like your rear parking aid, your DTE calculation from towing to normal if you would want to change that. Advanced settings from your my key, your vehicle, from your lighting, your remote start, your locks, wipers, many different settings you could change there. Overall, this little information center is pretty useful, and it's pretty easy to use too. Now I think the best part about driving the F-150 is probably its powertrains. The powertrains do provide a pretty hefty amount of power while still being reasonably fuel efficient. And the Ecoboost V6 engines provide the power of a V8 while providing the fuel efficiency of a V6, which is excellent. However, this 5-liter V8 engine does provide a decent amount of power, just not the fuel efficiency of the Ecoboost V6 engines. Now, when it comes to the ride quality of the F-150, it's very traditional truck-like with a jiggly-like ride quality. You can feel a lot of bumps through the road too. I wasn't really expecting that when I drove the F-150. I was expecting a more smooth and compliant ride, especially for a modern truck. But as far as the handling goes for the F-150, it's no sports car. The steering is very traditional truck-like, very numb, kind of vague feeling. This is no sports car though. But driving the F-150, certainly the best part are its powertrains, while they provide a lot of power while being reasonably fuel efficient. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the F-150. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Now back here in the F-150, the build quality and materials do follow through in the rear here. It's hard touch on the upper door panel still, and hard touch on the armrest. Now when you sit back here in the F-150, there's plenty of legroom, plenty of headroom too. Lots of it. There's ample amounts of it. The seats back here are still quite firm, just like the front seats. But you do have a 12-volt power outlet right here. And then you do have dual map pockets too. And then you can get leather seats back here, heated rear seats, and then the moonroof too back here. And then you have this sliding power rear window, which is pretty cool. Alright. Now, a remote locking tailgate is optional. And then LED box lighting is optional too. Alright, here you have a power passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar. Goes your glove box compartment. Nice and damp. You have a little storage cubby right here too. So the 2016 Ford F-150 remains a solid choice for a half-ton pickup. With its loads of technology available, its all-aluminum body, and its very fuel-efficient and potent powertrains. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.